What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to We Teach AI Art, and in this video we're going to talk about photography. We're going to be using a brand new program that I have never talked about on this channel before. It's called Visual Electric. We're going to compare it with MidJourney, and I'm going to tell you why I love it as a photographer. So let's dive right into it. Okay, so first things first, what I love to do is always go to the Explorer page whenever I'm designing in MidJourney. I've done that plenty of times when I am doing tutorials or just kind of looking for inspiration and I don't have an idea already. So I want you to just take a look at MidJourney's Explorer page, and I want you to see the variety of images that you can create. You know, if I wanted to say I wanted to do something that was specific to photography, I'd have to kind of scroll a little bit to be able to find it. Like this right here is amazing. Would I do a photo shoot like that? Yeah, definitely, maybe. But MidJourney is so creative, just so many different things that you could do with it. So see a couple different things, but if I wanted to go to something that was like more photography and stock image based in regards to a starting point, I want you to check out visualelectric.com. And when I go to its inspiration page, they have MidJourney's Explorer. Visual Electric is inspiration page. Look at how quick I'm able to find an inspiration to just do images that are more so photography based, less fantastical, but more kind of just photography based, or something like a product, or anything like that. Like this, something like this, I can't see myself prompting for this particular pose, unless I use like a character reference or a style reference or something like that. So to get started, the first thing we want to do is go ahead and just take a look at what we want to modify. We have art director mode, where we can kind of like just change her. Here you see you can change the car from orange to blue. Let's say I want to change her dress from black to red. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just click it. Let's say make dress red. We're gonna do that. What's different from Visual Electric than MidJourney is it doesn't do 4 at a time, but it rather does 2 at a time. You can modify it to do 4 images, but sometimes like just 2 is good enough. So as you see, it changed my image from black to red. I'm gonna open up another tab actually, because I want to make sure that we can do a good comparison. So we're gonna go back to the inspiration page. I want to show you really what I had before. Okay, perfect. So this is what we had before. I just put in the art director prompt, and I was able to make modifications with just the dress. So still have the kind of same looking person. The pose is a little different. Again, no 2 generations are going to be the same. This is pretty cool. In terms of her hair, it's like a grayish look. Not sure how much she will appreciate that to be gray instead of like dark, but it's just to give you an idea. So let's say we wanted to modify it just a little bit further. Let's say braids. She has braids. I'm gonna just type that and see what comes up. So we made modifications to simply just her dress. We made modifications to her, and we're about to make a modification to her hair. So it takes about the same time to render. What I love about this style is because this is something that, if I'm taking pictures of a model, this is what it's going to look like. It looks very natural, look just as good as MidJourney or any other image creation program. It is still a little rough around the edges, though. It's not as sometimes as let's say responsive as other programs. But as you see, we have the braids look here. So let's say we wanted to run this one more time. Let's say we want to make variations. It's gonna copy that already. We can make as many prompts as we want. Let's go ahead and go for the three prompts. Perfect. So we made variations of this. This is also a variation. You can also use the variation tool rather in MidJourney as well. So we made variations of the person. We could tell that, you know, it kind of gets lighter and lighter as you go, but this is just an idea of kind of where you can go and where you can start using this image as inspiration and being able to get as creative as possible. So let's go back into the inspiration page. Looks like we are a little stuttery here. Okay, so we're back in the inspiration page here, and you know, there's so many different looks and so many different styles, so many different creative ways we can take pictures. But you know, we have you know, different tools that we can use if we want to kind of just simply create something from scratch. So first thing we want to do is click new canvas here. And what this canvas does, it already locks us into like a mood board canvas type of thing. It kind of works interchangeably between mood board and canvas. And MidJourney is mood board, and Visual Electric is canvas. And what that does is it makes it that, hey, if I'm working on a particular project, let's say I'm working on a ad for Gucci or an ad for Nike or similar images, it keeps everything in one space. Let me kind of show you what I'm speaking about. So we got canvases. So these are the different canvases I have. Love, vector shapes, a highly realistic editorial photo. Of course, we could rename this Albert Einstein wearing a graphic tee. So let me kind of show you what we can kind of do and create here. So I was working on some vector type of imagery that had to do with like love and all of these different things. So this right here gives us something that I can always kind of come back to, but it all has the same style. So that was something that I really like to do. So that's something that we can do in each one. So we're going to create a new canvas because we want to kind of just start from scratch. All right. So we're going to create a new canvas. Right up here at the top is where we can add our prompt. But before we add our prompt, we're going to ask ChatGPT to help us out. A lot of times people don't be wanting to use ChatGPT for some reason. Look at it, ChatGPT as your virtual assistant, literally. So let me see, give me 10 different creative lighting techniques for photographers So spelled give me wrong, but of course it's gonna understand it. So you got Rembrandt lighting, split lighting, backlighting, rim lighting, different lighting techniques. And if you want to know what these techniques are, you can always just kind of plug these in on Google or simply Pinterest to be able to get an idea of it. So I love the lighting techniques. What I want to do is tell ChatGPT to simply give me a prompt that convey these lighting techniques. So give me 10 prompts for, I'm gonna say AI art, keep it general, AI art that encompasses a different lighting technique. Make it editorial, something that's like really upscale. Editorial with a street fashion flair, and make the model a merge of two different ethnicities, because I love my diversity. I love being able to create diverse people in different settings. So it looks like ChatGPT is giving me different prompts here. I think I like the way this is listed a little bit better. It looks like I gotta kind of wait for it. So gotta wait for ChatGPT. I have the $20 version of ChatGPT, just in case you guys were wondering. You could also do this with the free version as well. It may not work as fast, but you know, you definitely can do this as well. So what we're gonna do is copy the prompt, and go into Visual Electric here, and we're gonna paste that right into our thing here. One thing too, let's kind of like talk about this. You know, we have different styles that we may want it to look, and we have, you know, something like fashion photography in here already. We have film, we have flat design, isometric, we have moody. So we have the different styles that we can kind of, you know, go through in regards to making sure it looks really dope. So I'm gonna go with fashion photography. We are going to go with portrait 3x4, and we are going to go with, let's go with 2 volts, and that's going to generate 2 images. So just to give you a heads up on that, and we're gonna run that. Let me go close my MidJourney tab here, and let's go to the second prompt, split lighting with Noir Metropolis. In any other time, I will read through the prompts and kind of go through it and kind of really just like be a little bit more fine-tune it and everything like that. But just for teaching purposes, I want to kind of show you how we're able to just work so fast and efficiently, get in something that we are looking for. So this fourth one is a mixed Middle Eastern and indigenous model sits confidently on a sleek motorcycle. Love it. Middle Eastern and indigenous model. I love it. Love my creativity. Just look at these scenes. You know, it's just like, you just can't buy, you know, or some, not necessarily buy, but sometimes like with the creativity, you just can't sometimes like plan for it. This is why we work on templates. You know, if you're working with Canva or anything like that, you know, you're typically working with templates and all of that stuff to be able to have a jump off point, you know. So MidJourney being able to, not MidJourney, but ChatGPT being able to help you with that is just fantastic. So these are the different images that we are able to come up with. As you see, you know, this is why, in my opinion, Visual Electric is so good at photography. You know, it really focuses on that fashion design look. So if you wanted to ever, you know, just create, you know, realistic images of people, I mean, just like with any image generator, it's not going to be completely perfect. You may have to run it a couple times, but it's definitely super creative in regards to being able to do some really dope things. So yeah, so if we wanted to go ahead and make any changes to it, let's say we wanted to, you know, it says, let's say make it nighttime, and change it to a woman. Let's say that's, you just see if that's a thing. I've always like made it like nighttime or change the clothes, but can I just simply just change the gender of the person? I'm not really sure. We have a lot of our different tools that we're used to, making variations of it, reframing, meaning if we wanted to make it horizontal instead of vertical, we can, and it does. It did that. So we have the same prompt, and I love that in this canvas, if it's similar or a variation of it, it's going to be in its same row. If it's completely different, it's going to kind of be in its own space. Or you can also drag and drop it where you want it to go as well. So this kind of keeps you nice and organized. So let's say I wanted to do make it a female, So it's going to make a female version of what we have here to be as creative as we possibly can. And it's making it to the side right here. So that way it's like, hey, this is the same prompt, but we're just kind of making it to the side. So let's kind of allow that to, okay, there you go. All right, perfect. So bam, look at the lighting, you know, and let's go ahead, click on it. So that way we could see what the prompt is. You know, here we can always go back and reference the prompt. A tall, androgynous female model, Nigerian, French descent, standing on the rooftop during golden hour. The sun sets behind her, creating a dramatic rim light. This is just a dope, beautiful picture. Keep in mind, you know, this is AI art, so not everything is going to be perfect. Yeah, it's just the different things that, you know, kind of can be done. Let's go through here. You know, if we wanted to add a border on our image here, we could. Let's say we wanted to make this a white border. Let's say we want to make it thick, a little bit more thicker. I'm really familiar with this in regards to Photoshop and being able to create different frames. As you see, I'm gonna make it a little bit thicker so that way it could be a little bit more clear what we're doing here. Let's put 20. You know, if you wanted to give your image just a border, you know, it's not something you have to prompt for. It could be any color. So let's go through here and see what else we could do. The image, we can kind of change the, you know, where it is in the photo. So let's kind of show what that does. Okay, so rotate it if we want to. Let's go back to 0. Okay, so we did border. Art director, we could just simply change one particular thing, aspect of it. Really love that. So retexture is different ideas of what we can do. Describe the material or texture you would like to use for this image. So let's say we wanted to just simply modify the prompt and, like, instead of a jacket, they wanted to be wearing a suit or something like that. So we could of course make variations to it. We can reframe it in whatever aspect ratio we are looking for, similar to what we do in MidJourney. Let's go ahead and actually do that. I'm gonna create instead of 2, I'm gonna create 1. Just want to see how well it generatively fills the rest of the image here. We can of course add retouching to the image. We can remove the background. I do want to see about retouching. We have a brush here. Let's see what we can do. All right, I'm gonna zoom in. The reason why I want to zoom in, kind of like mess around with this image, is because he has this braid down here and his rest of his hair just looks like just not braids. So I'm gonna kind of actually lower the brush here so that way I don't take away from his anything else, and we're gonna kind of actually just brush over this part. And we're going to simply just, you know, just recreate that. All right, so let's check out this image. Now this added a horizontal look in terms of just being wide. This is something I probably would want to bring in Photoshop or even in MidJourney to be able to regenerate that. So let's look at our brush tool, and we removed our braid here. Looks like it gave him an earring. So that's what I was looking for as far as that goes. So just to conclude, Visual Electric is one of the best tools to use for AI art generations if you are simply trying to create realistic images of people that is almost similar to you doing a photo shoot. Or products, you know, products are really good. You know, this product right here, I can bring something like this right into Photoshop and be able to wrap this around, or use whatever program to be able to wrap this around. But these are images that are none like any other place right out the gate. It seems to be more of a photography focused, while places like, you know, things like MidJourney is just, it literally could do everything. This one can do everything. Let's not get that twisted. It can do everything, but you could tell it has a photography focus, and it's really easy to get started and being able to be creative. Just right now, let's see, make his sweat shirt orange and female. I'm gonna say it because at this stage we don't know if it's gonna do it. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. I said make the sweatshirt orange, so whatever I'd say sweatshirt looked like, it was coat actually, and make it a female. So let's see if it was able to do that. And it took that image at that aspect ratio of what it looked like. So yeah, and it gave me a good starting point. You know, I know a lot of people are very iffy in terms of using other people's prompts. When you use people's prompts as inspiration, more so that's literally free and open, what that does is just gives you a starting point. It almost never looks the exact same. So it's not something that you have to worry about in regards to like copying or anything like that. This is AI artists pulling from the internet anyway. So so yeah, just some dope gear, you know. So just love the models, the looks, and just the color balance and all of that. So so many dope things you can create. But this was my kind of overview of Visual Electric. I definitely plan on doing a ton of more videos on it. It's one of my favorite programs to use if I'm just focusing on editorial style photo shoot AI images. So that was the video. Until next time, y'all. And again, if you guys have any questions, any videos that you guys want me to kind of work on, or anything you want me to cover, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to know. Until next time, y'all. Peace.